Good day. The data model in my Gleam app has been bugging me. I think I've been doing it wrong. So I'm going to jump into the code and see if I can fix it. So we want to be in frontend source frontend Gleam. Right. So at the moment, in my data model, I think I have a problem with this daemon stuff. I think it's lying. So what happens is I've got these indicators here for daemon running, so whether the background daemon is actually up and running and I can communicate with it. Whether it's installed, so if the daemon's not running, we go and check to see whether it's on the path and there is installed and therefore could be started. So then we have this other one for daemon starting. So if we're in the place where we know it's not running, it is installed, we can optionally hit a button and it starts it. However, when we start up the app, we set all these things to false. So we're saying that the daemon is not running, it's not installed, and we're not starting it. The only thing that's true there is starting. We are not starting it, but we don't know whether it's running or installed. And because of that, when the app starts up, I have this little flash where we have the notice saying that it's not running and not installed before it does the checks and then says, yeah, it's not running and it is installed. Whereas really what I should be doing is saying, I don't know what the status is. So I should have some sort of means of saying, don't know, and then I'm going to go do some checking. So I'll see if I can actually, I'll quickly make this. No, we're good. So if I make run, at the moment, I think Snippet Expander's up and running, but you did see a little flash there while it was doing the little checks. But if I stop it, this is stopping the daemon. And then if I run the app, there's a little flash there on that yellow warning notice where it changed from not installed to it's installed, but so you can start it. And I think that's a result of not having the state data correct. So I have been thinking about this, and I think I need a new type that just has the daemon status. So I think, well, let's just have a crack at it. I think I can have type daemon status. And I think it's going to work a bit like an enum. So I think I should have daemon status unknown. So that's the initial state. We should have daemon running once we know. Oh, in fact, we should have check-in daemon running. Yeah. And then I think we should do the same for installed. So we'll have installed here, and I guess here as well. So we know, so at first we don't know the status. Then we go off and we do a check. So check in daemon running. Hopefully we'll get back daemon running. If we don't, we'll be checking the daemon is installed. And then hopefully we'll have daemon installed. So I guess we should have, if daemon is not installed, we should have that as well. Because that's like the final thing that we then know. I don't think we need a daemon not running. Or do we? No, because we're trying to get to the point. Yeah, we're trying to get to the point where we have like one thing as the next thing you could do. So if the daemon's not installed for some reason, the only thing you can do is tell the user, go install it. Then the check for, then will be, whenever the check for daemon installed comes back and sees it installed, you can then start it. Then at some point the check-in of daemon, whether the daemon's running, will hopefully come back with daemon running. But on initial startup, we don't know any of these things. Cool, I think that means we've got it covered then. And then in here, we should have daemon status. And then as soon as I do make this change, well, in fact, we probably already have, there's going to be red all over the place. And this, yeah. Okay. So we have a daemon status, which we're going to then use in the views to determine what to show. And only when daemon is running can we show the main view with snippets and stuff like that. Otherwise, we're going to have some combination of notices. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good there. So now it's cleanup time. So we'll have to fix up all the code that's there, that's been looking at these three items, to get it down to updating the single one. So we'll see how that goes. So unused, yep, unused, 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 fine. So here in the init, we don't need that or that. We are going to have daemon status, and we're going to set it to daemon status unknown. That's the initial state. Well, on init. Okay. Now, that gets fun. So when we have handle daemon running, Oh, that's a good point, actually. That's just skipped all the update stuff, isn't it? So, yeah. Why didn't that take me back up? Okay. So, backend return daemon running is going to have a boolean come back. So that value of daemon running will be true or false. So these are all okay. All these little functions that handle the state changes. Daemon running, daemon installed. Daemon started. Should be good. And the start daemon will be doing the like starting. Did we have that? No. Okay. So daemon running, daemon installed. So check daemon installed, daemon installed, daemon not installed. And then we needed daemon starting as well. Forgot about that. Yes. Okay. So on the check, we're going to come back with a daemon running, true or false. So now things are going to change up here. Well, this is going to be fun, isn't it? We could be flip-flopping the model whenever we do a check. So if we do the check, which we're going to be doing on a timer, and it comes back and says it's false, I guess we don't change the model unless daemon running is true. And then we need to say, okay, we need to go check to see if it's installed. Unless the model says it's starting. Yeah, okay. So we're going to change this to, nope, let's just rename it. Daemon status. And it's going to be case daemon running and the existing model dot daemon status. So if the daemon is running, it's come back as running, then we don't care about anything else, and we can say that the daemon status is daemon running. Jobs are good, and then if it's false, and yeah, if it's false and the status is checking, no, starting. Oh, daemon is starting as well. Got okay, yeah. Then we will basically leave it alone as daemon starting. If it's false and the existing model is, so the existing daemon status is anything else, then do we just say we're checking? As in checking the installed? Checking daemon installed? Yeah. And then here, we can get rid of all that and just do daemon status. So regardless of, right, so it comes in and we say it's running, we're good. which means we don't actually need, in that case, to do daemon installed. It's not a state we're actually worried about anymore. Okay. So, in that case, what we could do is update the model here. So the model is going to be itself plus daemon status of daemon running, and then we can do maybe start timer. Do I need something for that? No. Okay. If I take that and change this to check-in daemon installed, and then I call daemon installed, and I'm looking for backend return to daemon installed message, and then on false, all I'm going to return is the model do I want to do model and maybe start timer just to make sure it's doing the checks. Yeah. And I think, yeah, I need to pass the model. So they're good, and then I can take this out. So what's the problem there? Type of this returned value doesn't match the return type annotated of this function. Expected model and effect. Got model. What? Oh. No. Well done. We have the model there. And then maybe start timer. Oh, okay. All right, I don't need to do that then, so I can take that out. So maybe start timer does the whole thing, so I can take that out, do maybe start timer. So maybe start timer returns a model and effect. So, but it needs a model to come in. So I'm updating the model to say that we know the daemon is running. And then we say, okay, but you might want to go do some periodic checks. That's fine. And then here, we're doing the same thing, but we're doing no change. So we're just kicking off and maybe start timer, which is probably a bit redundant. But it doesn't do anything anyway, so that's good. And then if we don't have the daemon running and we don't think we are starting it, then we update the model to say that we should be checking whether the daemon is installed. And then we do the daemon installed call, which expects backend returned daemon installed. So if I go to daemon installed, oh, and if you've been following along, you might notice that I've actually changed the names. These couple of names here last night, I changed the JS underscore daemon running to cool. Just out and gave it a default implementation, so that when I run, so that it has something to fall back on when not running on JavaScript, because I tried to get tests set up and it complained because I didn't have fallback for the external functions. So they are now renamed so they are less JavaScript dependent, these external ones that I'm actually calling for FFI. And then they've got these little fallbacks. So here, the daemon running, which only returns a bool promise normally, I'm just going to resolve it as false. If I'm not using JavaScript, it's like, yeah, don't know. And so there's similar things down here on daemon installed. Same idea. Don't know when we're running on Erlang whether we've got the daemon installed or not, because we don't care. We're using JavaScript anyway. So daemon installed, it takes the message that's correct, and then it basically does the check and emits. That's good. So let's go to the next problem in the diagnostics. Okay, expected that. So here, handle daemon installed. So that daemon installed call is going to come back and it's going to give us a message which says blah, blah, blah. And here's a value of true or false. And that true or false is going to come in here as daemon installed. And we, on the back of that, want to update that daemon status now. And maybe start the timer again if we didn't start it before. Because if we get a false back from the daemon check, the daemon running check first, we're going to go straight through to try and check whether it's installed. And on the back of that, we may want to do a start of the timer to do those checks on a periodic basis. So, okay, yeah, that works out, I think. So the next thing is what to do here. So if it's installed, we're going to want to do different things depending on other potential states in the model. So it's going to be the same idea. I think. So let's take this. Put this down here. Get rid of that. We'll work it out. So we have daemon installed, who's coming in. And then based on the existing daemon status, we might do something else. So if true, we want to update the model to say it is installed. No, we don't here. Well, we might, but we need to move this down. So let's do this first. Let's do this. So if the daemon is running, we just want to start the timer. We're good. Nothing changes in the model. If the daemon is starting, it's the same idea. Don't care. We shouldn't even be calling this handle daemon installed, but we'll make sure not to do anything daft here. If if it comes back false, that's probably the one where we want to override. So actually, let's take that. And so if it's false, don't really care about any other status. We're going to update the model to say the daemon status is daemon not installed. And then that's it really, isn't it? So then we can, what happened there? Oh. Okay, we can just get rid of all that. It's a bit easier, do it that way. And then we can just do the maybe start timer. So it can go on and just keep checking again. But we're at the moment, we know it's not installed. Okay. So it's not installed. If we already know it's running, or we already are trying to start, no change. If it's true, I guess that's that. We are just doing what it says there. We're going to maybe start the timer, but the most important part is that we are setting it as installed, because it's not running and it's not starting, but we do have the daemon installed. Okay. Now for start daemon. So someone's clicked a button. Is that true? Where are we doing that? So user requested daemon start. We're hoping for backend started daemon result. Okay. So in this case, we should say, okay, daemon status is daemon starting. Keep typing that wrong. Maybe I should rename that to starting daemon verb. object. Yeah. Okay. Did I? What? That did not change. Okay. We'll do it here then. And then everything else will go bang. Start and daemon. Start and daemon. Start and daemon. Okay. So when we want to start the daemon, we update the model to say we are starting. And then we go and call the backend to go do the thing async. And hopefully it will get a result back. And that will be down here. So here we're getting a daemon started result. Now we've got to update these bits here. So if it's started, yeah, we're good there, because by that time the check is running, and at the moment I'm holding off on doing a quick manual check. I'm letting the timer come around so that I can see that it says, oh, starting, oh, it's running, good. So I'll leave that for the moment, but what we could do is here we could just call the daemon running. Just to quickly check and let it update, but I'm not going to just now. If we get an error, then we need to revert everything. So this could be where we put it back to an unknown state, because something's obviously gone wrong. And we need to then redo those checks. We could be optimistic and say, oh, we at least know it's installed. But really, depending on the error that came back, we really don't know. It may be installed, it might not. We may have accidentally somehow done a start daemon and there is no daemon to be run. It may be that for whatever reason it just keeps failing even though it's installed. Or it could be that it was already running and we get an error. I don't think we do that. But, okay, so I think this is a genuine place where I can say, look, I don't know what the status is at the moment. So, daemon status unknown. And then the back end's going to go do its checks. Okay. So now we need to display these changes. So, case model daemon status now. If it's daemon running, job's a good one. Anything else we want to be doing either the daemon running view or the daemon installed view. And then down here, why does that say? Oh, it's because it's broken. Okay. So daemon running view is going to change as well. I do think I now need to move to having an all-encompassing view now. So the problem here is daemon running. It's going to say we only really want to show this if the daemon is not running. That's why we get that error message there. But we're also going to have situations where we are checking whether the daemon is running. So we don't show that notice then. We also have an unknown when I guess we don't show anything. Or maybe we have maybe we fall back to check in then. I need to check the init actually in a sec. Actually, I should do that now. So here, just checking daemon running. That is probably the initial state. Because on startup, we don't know. So we are going to find out. Whereas the status unknown is otherwise when we've done the checks. I'm going to have to see about that. So on here, every time that gets called, on the tick. We may need to update the status. Actually, no we don't. No we don't. I think I don't need the unknown status. Unknown status really means we're checking. We don't ever want to be in a position where we're just like, I don't know. We would always be going and looking to see whether the daemon is actually up and running or not, and whether it's installed. Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of unknown. And we'll do this. Checking daemon running. And then in the background, we won't mess about with that. But we're here when we tried to start it and it's failed. I could pass in a message to show error as like the next thing to be run. No, it's a response that we want. Yeah, I think we're good there. So we're checking the daemon is running. As a fallback. Might change that in a bit because really we should be making sure the checks are running from there. but we'll come back to that. I think it's okay at the moment. So now we have these little issues here. So on the main view, where's that here? That's returning a list. I think I might need to do the same. So what I might do here is I'll create a view for display daemon status. Abnormal daemon status. And we're going to have a list of messages, sorry, of elements. So we can take them, and otherwise we'll just have I haven't named it yet. Daemon status view, and it takes the model. Daemon status view. We will want to do stuff based on the model. And then here, we're going to use a case statement. So case model dot daemon status. So we're going to do things like right, checking daemon running. We're going to need a check-in daemon view. That's like the main one, isn't it? And that will be on its own. And then if we're in check-in daemon installed, Yeah, I think in that case we want to do both those views. Again. Checking daemon running, just do the check daemon view. Checking daemon installed. We want to show that the daemon's not running and whatever the status is. Well, check daemon. And maybe here we have a check. Daemon installed. Nah. What we can do is just daemon running view. And then here, well, basically anything else. We always want to show the second one as well. So it's kind of right there. And then in here, with the model, we can switch it up. So we're going to do something like this actually. But first of all, let's just get this one fixed up. So the daemon installed view, based on daemon status, and that's all we need to know, because otherwise why have we been shown? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So here we have daemon installed. Here we have starting daemon. And here we're looking for I was going to say daemon not installed, but really we don't care. It could be anything. Because we shouldn't be showing this unless there's a problem with the daemon. But we do need a check-in daemon installed. So we need another one of these. Stick at the top. Now I don't think we've got text messages for that. So we'll have to add them. So check installed? No, check-in installed. Okay. And then I'll do very similar. On the daemon running. We'll do otherwise anything here, but otherwise it's checking daemon running. Okay. No more diagnostics. Wow. Okay. Now, so we do have a couple of strings to check. Let's just do a quick. I should have, yeah, what does that mean? Oh, yeah, and another thing, as well as renaming those JavaScript externals, I've added Gleam as one of the test targets in the makefile, but there's no test yet, so, but it is running. Just double check that. Yeah. So you can see checked the Go stuff, then the Gleam, then it built the Gleam, and then built the Go stuff. So that's fine. Okay. Then now I need to edit the translations, and I checked this morning and the library hasn't been updated yet, so I still need to manually edit these things, although my PR has been accepted, all that kind of stuff to fix the generation of the theme of stuff, but at the moment I need to manually edit. So daemon not installed, installed, starting, and then I want check-in as well. So here we'll do daemon check-in running, check-in whether why am I talking about daemons up there? Yeah. Checking whether the snippet expanded D is running, and how do I yank that one character? Don't know. I will cheat. And then check in installed. Check in whether the snippet expanded daemon is installed. Okay. Got those two. Now let's update my translations functions. So we have one of those. I don't know what order it's going to generate them in. Daemon start. Don't know where the other daemon ones are, so I guess I can just whack them in there. So we want that, that. And I didn't get that. Put that in. And then at the end, that. So that should pipe into there, checking daemon, blah, 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 comma. And then in here, pipe it into that. Get rid of that. And then change that. So I need to then make that daemon check-in and daemon check-in installed. Okay. Well, I didn't save. That's weird. Okay. All right. So in theory, we're good. And I've built and it tested. So make run. Could not. That was a flash, wasn't it? What was that? Oh, it was supposed to be the check. It's too quick. Okay, so it looks like Snip Expanded is installed. Starting. Did the start. Okay. How can I slow that down? I know. Let's see if it's a different colour if I put different colours in. So let's do info notice here. And same here. Oh, can't tell. It's too quick. Ah. Okay. Kind of run out of time now. So, but let's review. We now have daemon status in the model. We have this type. So checking the daemon's running, daemon running, checking daemon installed, daemon not installed, and start daemon. Starting daemon. Where am I using that? So handle daemon installed, blah blah blah. False comes back. We update the model and carry on timer. Okay. That's good. And then daemon running, daemon starting daemon. True, maybe start timer. Okay. I think we're okay. We've on startup. We know we're going to be checking the daemon as the first thing. So that's the model. And then we do a daemon running, looking for that to come back from the back end. No changes to the update function, which is great because this thing happened are still there. We're still looking for whether the daemon is running, whether it's installed, the result. Well, a user has requested that the daemon start, and then the result of trying to do it. So that's okay. And then for the daemon running stuff, that's all the same apart from when we get to the handle. When it comes in as a value, if it says it's running, we're just going to set the status to running and carry on doing the timer checks. If it says it's false, but we are starting the daemon, basically do nothing, just carry on with the checks. And then if it's false and something else other than starting the daemon, we need to go do a check as to whether the daemon is installed. So we set the status there, and then daemon installed function is called. When that comes back with a result, is the daemon installed? If it's not, then we'll do the checks, but we say we're not installed. Otherwise, if the daemon's running, what we're even doing in here, just carry on checking. Starting daemon, again, shouldn't really be in here, but we'll just carry on checking. And anything else, well, basically true. Maybe start the timer. And expect the daemon to be installed. I mean, that should really be true. Daemon installed, but the daemon's running, don't care. Daemon's installed, and we are starting the daemon. We don't care. Daemon installed. Any other status, just mark it as installed. Yeah, I think that's a bit confusing having them as anythings, because they really are that, and then we fall through to that. Whereas in the false, any false means it's just daemon's not installed, which means we're dead in the water, can't do anything with the daemon. So I think that's better there. And then finally we are starting the daemon, so we mark the status, go do the thing, and when it comes back, if it says it's okay, we are leaving it for the moment so that the checks do their thing. I could do a maybe start timer there though, just in case. That would be the safer option there. Otherwise, we could be leaving it hanging. Yeah. I think that's a better option there. If we get an error back from starting, yeah, this is the dodgy one. What's that going to be? Just a fallback. Yeah, really running out of time now, but maybe there's better to do here. To do maybe refactor to call maybe start timer on failure. On failure 2. Okay, but otherwise it should be working. We don't know that. Okay, and then in the views, if the daemon is running, show the main view, otherwise the daemon status view. Chuck them in the screen. Screen's unchanged, so the daemon status view, if we're checking the daemon's running, just show the daemon running view. Otherwise, show the daemon running view and the daemon installed view so that we can get status of the daemon. And the daemon running view, if we're checking, just show an info notice to say we're checking. Otherwise, we haven't got a connection, because why else are we here? The daemon installed view, if we're checking the daemon, show an info notice. If we can see it installed, show a notice with a button to start. If we are starting the daemon, show a notice like that, no button. And otherwise, we should really show an error notice there. Daemon not installed. And then I think that's all the changes. Okay, so one quick run. Looks okay, could not connect to the stem expanded daemon, did the thing. Stop it. Let's break it big time. User local bin snippet expander D to user local bin snippet expander DZ. Okay. Now when we run it, yay. Could not connect to the snippet expander daemon. It does not look like the required snippet expander daemon is installed. That's great. Okay. And while I'm there, let's just double check that those new strings are working. So check in installed. Let's just make sure that's there. Check in whether snippet expander daemon is installed. And then here, check the running one as well. Just make sure, because I'm just not seeing it quick enough. I want to get the birdie snapshot testing up and running. But as I said earlier, I had a few problems. Checking whether the snip expander daemon is running. That's great. Okay, so better make sure that's working again. That's great. And now let's reverse that. Bring it back up. Does the right thing. It looks like Snip Expander D is installed. And start it. That's great. Okay. Got there. That's good. I'm much happier with that stuff now. It's not bugging me anymore that I had multiple statuses that could be active at the same time. Now we only have the one status, and it should reflect what we're doing. It should reflect that we're looking for the status. And then whether it's running, we're checking for it's installed, not installed. We are in the process of trying to start the daemon. That's good. Okay. Right. Let's commit that. Refactored. Actually, just say added daemon status type. Added and add and use daemon status type. Cool. And push it. Done. Cool. That's good. So that's me done for the day. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.